Hi and welcome. I am Julia Katsivo. I am a focus coach and really excited to have you here with me. So you're in the right place if starting a business with zero business skills and industry contacts is something that fits your situation and something that you want to know whether there can be anything done about it. You're going to be here with me for about an hour or so, and we're going to have tons of fun with this topic. Now, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you here joining me today. And if you stay till the end of this webinar, I'm going to show you how you can get your own copy of my ebook, 10 Smart Ways to Attract Clients Immediately and Get Paid. This is an invaluable little book that you can read in a day and implement over and again. And you will see the crux of it is that I show you how to use material that you create once over and again so that you can attract very quickly and very efficiently and predictably high value clients. So you're going to want to stay till the end. I am going to show you how you can get your very own booklet. Also, you're going to learn how to find clients, where to find them easily and without competition. And it's a beautiful thing. These are all strategies that I've used. These are all strategies that my clients have used. And I want to give this to you as a way of saying thank you for staying with me until the end. You're going to need paper and pen for this. Take down lots of notes. What I'm going to give you today is highly actionable strategies, tweaks and plans and tricks and secrets. And these are strategies that you can implement immediately. And my goal here today is to make sure that you walk out with what you can do today, understanding that we're not going to wait for another day to start our business and that we're not going to use any excuse. So I am going to help you learn how you can start that speaking and coaching business or any other service-based business and how you can start that today. A lot of my clients are real estate professionals. They're in insurance. They're also in different MLM formats. So as long as it's a service-based business, as long as you're in business for yourself, you're in the right place. I'm also going to show you how you get connected with influential leaders, because that's what you need to do, is to go to the person who has behind him or behind her a large network that you can tap into. Now, this is assuming that you don't have a single contact to start, and this is great because I am going to show you how you can immediately get connected with these people so that you can start making money and having influence very quickly. Also today, you're going to learn the fastest way to build credibility. And you want to do this really quickly and really well so that you can attract your high value clients from the very beginning. I can't tell you how many times people come to me and they have had a history of clients who don't pay well, or they pay the least amount of money and they offer the most amount of trouble. Also, well-meaning souls. I mean, you got into business to help, but if you're not able to pay your bills, then we have a problem. So how do you attract high-value clients from the very beginning, people who will make it so that you have a sustainable business and lifestyle, which only enables you to give even more and to come out 100% because you're not worried about things like eviction or foreclosure or whether your children will be fed or if you have gas in your car next week. Now, we have the realities of business life, but we want from the very beginning to attract high value clients and set that tone. Today, I'm also going to show you how you can immediately start marketing with $0. If money is your problem, you are going to walk out of here with no excuses by the time we are done here with you today. Now, here's the thing. I started out with my business having, and I'll go into a little bit into that just to let you know where I'm coming from. But I started out with no industry contacts, and I didn't necessarily have a budget, and I also didn't have business knowledge. But very quickly and within 3 years, I was able to do a lot. And that's what I share with you, and that's what I share with my clients. Now, these are easy to use formulas that I'm sharing with you today, and they're designed so that you can start your business today. And you can see that I'm really adamant on the date of starting. It's because we're done with the wishing, we're done with the hoping. Let's just get really clear. The purpose of this webinar is so that you know exactly what you are to do to start your business today, and that's what I'm going to give you. I'm also going to show you the 3 powerful elements to nail, and this is if you want to become successful. And I'm going to show you how important this is. So as you can see, ton of value, a lot of things that I'll be bringing here to the webinar with you today. So it's really important that you stay with me through it all. And at the end, I'll let you know how you can get yourself a copy of that free ebook. Also, I am not going to leave here without showing you the simple trick to meeting influential and game-changing people. And I'm going to show you how to become connected and receive powerful referrals. A little about me. So my name is Julia Katsivo. I am a focus coach and I help business owners find clients. I work in social media and marketing training. I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm also the founder of several enterprises. And these are online and offline business training, branding, PR, social media management, personal and business events, book publishing, and alternative media. I am also the founder of a conference in the Greater Toronto area that is designed for entrepreneurs 0 to 3 years in business, where we offer real-world solutions to get known and get clients. I migrated with my family from Nairobi, Kenya, where I was born and bred, to London, Canada. I was a teenager when I moved to Canada. And like many late teens, we'll say, and like many immigrants, I had all these dreams and hopes. I wanted to be a media mogul. I wanted to be deep in media and training, coaching. I wanted to be like a Kenyan version of Oprah. But like many immigrants who come to a new country, the realities of paying bills and paying off student loans that I had accumulated from going through 3 universities quickly caught up with me. And so I put my dreams aside and I dedicated myself, my skill sets, and and what I could do really well. I dedicated it to working 17 years in sales, collections, marketing, and communication. I did this for several Fortune 500 companies and the Canadian federal government. Now, deep within me, I still had the desire to start an entrepreneurial life. But as it so happens with lots of us, as time goes by and you become more heavily invested in your current life, the chances of doing so just seemed really small. Now, I did go through a series of events, and what they did is change my perspective and give me the courage to jump out into the water to start my own new life. And what did that do for me? Well, in 3 short years, I became an award-winning social entrepreneur and speaker. I was featured on Forbes.com and other international media on leadership, entrepreneurship, personal development. Last I checked, I have about 2 pages of articles on Forbes under my name, Julia Katsivo. And since 2014, I've mentored and advised self-employed and small businesses who want more clients on the best ways to get them in our current economy. Now, this is to tell you that there's nothing special about me. And all I did was to really just, and I'm going to show you the exact steps that I took so that I made that transition successfully. And that's all I did is I followed the steps and I found myself with several corporations, several businesses, and doing work that I'm passionate about, that is fulfilling to me, and so can you. Now, today we're going to show you how I went from no contact to influential connections, and what you're going to learn from this today. And what I promised you you're going to walk out of here with today is the life-changing process to bust through massive fear and into massive action. And you're also going to learn the number one secret to making impact and attracting high-value clients sooner than you expect. Because I'm all about value and I'm all about quick action, this is what I want you to immediately learn. And if you apply, you're going to see that you're going to receive results in less than 3 years. I promise you that if you do these 4 things that I'm about to speak of, you will see very quick results, and you will see them in less than 3 years. And these are finding and enlisting mentors and support. This is community. Changing your habits to maximize time. Consuming information every day and immediately applying what you learn, examining those results, and then tweaking. Or in the event that you have to take a completely different direction, pivot, and then repeat. I'm going to dip dive into 3 of these things. I'm going to go in deep into 3 of these things. But what I want us to really look at here is this idea that if you want quick results in less than 3 years, you're going to have to amass around you people who have been there and done that, as well as a community. So that's the first point. The second is you're now going to be buying back your time so that you can apply it to your business. And that is really investing your time where it's going to count. And we do this by changing our habits. The third thing is that you're going to change your mental diet as well. So you're going to ditch those television shows that you've dedicated yourself to, or reading of anything that doesn't build on faith. And instead, you're going to get knowledgeable on mindset, finances, business, growth, marketing, sales. You'll consume information every day so that you can grow your mental muscle, increase your knowledge, and have something to apply. And that's the 4th point, where you apply what you learn. It's not enough to just read. It's not enough to just consume. You want to put it into practice, and you want to see what happens. And I'm going to show you a little later on why you should not be afraid of your results. Now, you want to enlist people who have been there and done that. That is, people who are knowledgeable about the industry and the type of work that you want to do, mentors, coaches, as well as just regular community support within your industry and also in the general entrepreneurship community. The reason for this is feedback. You want to use feedback to help you know whether you're on the right path or if you're off. Now, we have ideas. Sometimes we have great ideas. Sometimes we have great ideas that we turn into businesses. But that doesn't necessarily mean that people are willing to pay for those ideas. So you get to test the viability of your business with your mentors and your support system. You get to test your methods and your strategies with them, and then get to receive that feedback from people who are on the journey with you or have gone ahead of you. Obviously, take everything with a grain of salt, but you really want to listen to the people who've gone ahead of you and been successful. You want to build a community around you, because you are not going to be successful unless you have people around you. You sell to people. You may also do online sales, but the truth is that you sell to people. And the more you are open to building a community around you and having a community to be a part of, the quicker you establish the know, like, trust factor. And you will attract high value clients and high value referrals, because you are invested in your community and they are invested in you. Now, you don't have to worry about the quality of the community, because we're going to go into the second point, which is that you're going to change your habits. And this is what's going to help you with attracting like-minded people, people who are on the same wavelength as you, people who are progressive, who are not afraid to spend, people who invest in themselves, and people who are then willing to invest in you. You want to change your habits because we want to shift our mentality into an ownership mindset. Most of the population does not take responsibility of their lives. They sort of just wait for things to happen to them. They wait for things to happen to them. And if they reach for something, it's a sure thing with minimal risk. It's very comfortable. Now, in an ownership mindset, this means that you are responsible for everything. And what that means is, regardless of whether it was initiated by you or this is something that was done to you, you are responsible for how you act, how you react, and what you do with what you're given. Now, we want to shift from having an employee mentality. Employee mentality is managed time and money. You are told where to be, for how long, and for how much. And there's always a cap on your salary. Where with self-employment, it's self-managed time and money. There is no cap on your money, and you are responsible for all 24 hours of your day. If you have an ownership mindset, then you will realize that your job is to buy back time to give yourself and free yourself up as much as possible while increasing the amount of money that you make. So to reduce the number of hours and increase the amount of money is the business goal. When you change your habits, it helps you to establish boundaries. And this is really important. When you get that discipline around your family, your friends, society, yourself, and in your business, especially if you work from home, we have tons of people who have a problem or had a problem the first few years, really showing their family members that, this was their work time. Because for their family members, the business owners were home. So, why not go do the dishes? What's so hard about that? It's only 10 minutes. The value of the idea of you being in an office is different. It's not valued as highly as if you walk into an actual office, if you are employed, in which you have a time card. People take your work a little bit more seriously. They feel that you are more responsible. So, when you change your habits so that you can maximize your time, it helps you establish those boundaries, because it helps you, first of all, keep your commitment to self. If you say you're going to do something, then you work really hard to do it. And over time, and eventually you get into the habit of just honoring your own commitments. It also helps you set boundaries with your family members and friends. If they say, I know you're home all Saturday, you may say that may be true, but between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., I am just not available. I am working. So don't show up, don't call, assume that I am in an office somewhere. This also helps you with society. You're going to have to put yourself out there. There's just I can't, there's no other way to put this, but if you want to attract your clients and you want to have that visibility and you want to make an impact and you want to do this in a relatively short time, we're talking about 3 years or less, then you're going to have to really put yourself out there. And when you change your habits to help you maximize your time, then you develop those boundaries that help you with society. So when it comes to managing criticism or fear of how you appear, you're more concerned with keeping to your schedule and making sure that you're not wasting your time. And this really helps out. And also within your business, we have tons of people who set up 30-minute meetings and they go on 45 minutes or an hour. If you have a good handle on your time and you know that you've set it up so that you have activities that you need to complete, you have goals, you have plans, it will really help you stay on track. It's safe to assume that I am speaking with people who look into information. this is not the first webinar that you are attending. We like to go out to networking events, personal development conferences, half-day retreats, 3-day events, full-day events, whatever the case may be. And this is so that you can increase your knowledge. But I have to ask you, how many times have you taken down that information, gone home, put it away in your shelf, and never looked at it again? And so this is where we run into a lot of trouble, where you could receive information. So that I speak with people, like there's a young woman, I remember that I gave a talk, and she came to me later on and she said, I've heard the exact same thing. I can't remember who said it, and it was about 10 years ago. And I thought to myself, well, if you had acted on that information 10 years ago, you wouldn't be here now. You wouldn't be here now having to hear the same information again. Look how far your life would have been. So, I'll tell you, the number one reason I've been able to do so much in a relatively short period of time is because of instant action. I am the queen of instant action. Yeah, I don't wait. I don't wait for conditions to be perfect. I don't wait for conditions to be great. I don't wait for things to change. I go out and I create conditions. And you'll find that that's what successful people do. They create conditions. They don't wait for them. They start to create the reality that they want to live in and what they want to see, and they work toward it. Now, I had mentioned before that I'm going to give you a little trick here that's going to help you not get so caught up with your results. And it's this: you're really going to fail at most of the things that you try, especially on this journey. It's a matter of tweaking and trying, trial and error. And you're going to fail at most because you've got to become really, really good. And that is a journey that you must go through. Not only that, but people are always going to change. The economy, the climate. So, you may use strategies that work for about 5 years. And if you don't try something different, then you get left behind as the world changes. Look what happened when the technology age rolled in. Those who were not ready to make changes and were not ready to go into the new frontier got left behind. You're going to need a tool called obsession. You've got to be completely obsessed with your craft and with being the best and with mastering business and with learning what you don't know. When I worked my 9 to 5, I'd wake up between 4 and 7 a.m. every day, and I would really just master. At that time, it was social media, it was PR, it was branding, and just master what I didn't know. And then again, after work from 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. every night, again, I was back there in the books and in the learning and the application and the tweaking and the failing. I did the same thing all my weekends, all my vacation days, any available time. At work, I used up all my 15-minute breaks and my half-hour lunch to do the same. I gave up a lot of time with family and friends so that I could master this and be one of the best. And you know what? I'm here. And that took a relatively short time for me to leave a very comfortable Canadian federal government job to start my own businesses. And this was because I maximized my time and I immediately applied what I learned. And you're going to have to take on this ownership mentality and really decide for yourself that this is what you want to do. Now, I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to start your business today. I'm speaking with people who are ready, people who are not just listening to information and then going to go back to sleep or going to go back to an old life of complaining. I'm speaking with action takers today. So I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you can do right now and your business is started. The first one is you're going to write down your vision. And once we do that, we'll break it down into 3 to 5 goals. And you got to think about 3 to 5 years. So what do you want to see done in 3 to 5 years? Let's get that vision. Let's break it down. And, the goals now need a plan, and that's what we're going to create. The plan is going to tell us how we're going to achieve our goals. And we're going to then take that plan and break it down into even smaller steps. And this will allow us to figure out what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis, year-to-year basis. Now, it's not just enough to do this. We're going to take all of these little activities and plans and goals that we've made, and we're going to put them in our calendar. You know, we live in the age of smartphones where you can use your calendar. Not enough of us use our calendars. You need to start putting in your appointments and putting in the dates and putting in the milestones in your calendar, and let it be your accountability buddy. I'm going to jump into 3 of these, okay? The first is the vision. So let's think about the vision as a GPS. You know, this is where you plug in your final destination. Now, with what you always want to do is create the personal vision before the business. And the reason being that if you want something to stick, something that's holistic, something that's really going to grow with you, then you have to really figure out what you want for your life first. And then your business will fit into that plan. A lot of times what we do is we fall into careers. So for example, if you, like me, had student debt and different loans and you needed to start paying your way, you may jump into the first thing that you're good at or the only thing that you know, or any sort of thing like that, so that your career decision was not even really that well thought out. For about 80% of the people that I speak and work with, they went into the careers that were sort of put into their heads from the time they were young, and this was from their parents. You know, a lot of people went into the career that they saw was safe and sturdy, that would bring in a good income, again, under the influence of the parents. About 20% of the people were deliberate about their career moves. They made moves that made sense for them and that they wanted to grow in. And for those people, you'll find that they very rarely change industries or careers. They just grow and spread further. It's an extension of their lives, of who they are and how they are. And so we want to start with our personal vision, because this is what's going to set the tone for our business. How do you want to work? How many hours do you want to work? What does a day off look like? What does a busy day look like? What does a great day look like? What do you want around your family? What are your values? So we start with a personal vision, and then we create our business plans. You know, you'll be more motivated to stick the course, because this is business. It's going to be ups and downs. Nothing's predictable. You're going to get a lot of testing and trials in there. And so you're going to need really powerful reasons to stay. If you craft your business as part of your personal lifestyle, as part of your belief system, as part of your value system, then you will find that you are more than likely to hang in there when you have no reason to. Now, when you think about the personal vision, write it out as an obituary. I mean, obituaries are lavish descriptions of people's lives. You know, they'll even go down to what their family tree looked like, how many jobs they had, where they went to school, what kind of work they did, what kind of impact they had. So when you're writing out your personal vision, write it out as an obituary. Write it out with the knowledge and the idea and the awareness that you will be living your life out backward, and that more than so, this is what you'd like to be said of you when you are gone. And for your business vision, we want to think of it in terms of direction. So, you know, like a GPS address. Where do you want to go? Where does the business want to go? Where does the business want to go? What does it look like? What does it look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 10 years? Where is it going? Where is it headed? I mentioned that we have our vision, and then we're going to create the plan. And the plan is the road. So the vision is sort of like our GPS address, and then the plan is the road, the one that's going to take us there. Now, the good news with the plan is that it holds us accountable and it helps us to be disciplined. The downside to it is that we can hold on to it so tight sometimes, so unnecessarily, without realizing that plans will fail. Plans will fail. You know, plans are not foolproof. They will fail. Plans are not perfect. In our minds and in our projections, they are, but things happen. So what we want to do is to have a plan and to follow it, but to hold it loosely. You want to be open to the feedback that you receive that lets you know whether you're making any tweaks or if you're pivoting. So you want to know if you're making any adjustments or if you're taking a new direction. And this is not because you just, you know, something happens and you panic and then you start making all kind of wild decisions to go left, right, and center. No, it's that you're ready for trying out and then looking at the results and repeating and going on in that way until you have enough information to to make tweaks with. So you've got to really gather that information before you make your decisions. So plans are good because they're well thought out. And if you have a well thought out plan, then you know that it'll more likely succeed than fail. But before it succeeds, you're going to go through your bumps on the road. You want to get help. Get mentors and get coaches, people who've gone before you, people who are successful at what they do, people who are still in the game and who are also forward moving and thinking. And these are people who will make the road a little less bumpy, a little less painful, and a little less money and time wasting than if you decide to go on your own and do it yourself. The calendar is going to be one of your best friends. The calendar is the secret to time well spent. Here's where you develop that self-discipline and accountability, where you learn to keep your own commitments. You know, we're really good at making commitments to others and signing up to help others and then going ahead and doing that. But when it comes to us, we put ourselves on the back burner. Like, think about it. When was the last time you promised yourself to get a really good massage, or to go out for a really long walk, or to start going to the gym, or to start eating right? When did you last promise yourself to start a business, or to save money for yourself for a really nice piece of jewelry or clothing item that you saw? And then, you know, other people's needs take priority. And you're going to argue with me because this is so strongly held in your mind, where you'll say, yeah, but my daughter comes first. Well, you know, we got to learn to develop that self-discipline and accountability and making commitments that we keep to ourselves, because you're going to develop something called self-trust. If you don't trust yourself, it's going to be incredibly difficult to start a business and to stay in business. If you don't trust yourself, it's going to be incredibly difficult to have a vision that you're going to stick to. It's also going to become incredibly difficult to push forward when times are hard, because you're really going to doubt everything. And you're going to wait for a lot of external validation, for people to tell you what you can do and that you can do it, where you want to start developing these things for yourself. And a calendar will help you. A calendar will help you. It'll help you with a boundary, so that you also know that, you know, at this time, if someone says, and if someone's used to coming to you last minute for you to help them out, then you can use the calendar and say, you know, but between that time, I am booked up. And it's true, you are. Your calendar is going to show you who your new friends are and the friends that you can't keep. Now, these will be the people who are no longer interested in staying around you, because you're changing your habits and you're now really watching your time and how you use your time. And instead, you're going to start attracting more of the people that you want. So remember, we talked about community and building community and having this support group. This is how you attract them. And this is how you repel the ones who will not quite fit into where you're going. Let's talk about the number one enemy that prevents most people from starting businesses. Now, even as I went on with this webinar, there was a lot of energy flowing, that, you know, all these blockages that say, okay, well, it's not that simple, or especially around the concept of time and putting in the time and obsessing over the work. So a lot of negative feelings come up for a lot of people. And it's okay if this is you, be honest, where, you know, it feels like, well, I have a family, I can't be obsessive about my work, it's only work. Or, you know, there are more important things than money. So I'm not building my life around money. I want to be of service to others. A lot of conflicting views, a lot of powerful emotions, a lot of energy just rises up at the thought of what you can do today so that you can be successful within 3 years, or even just be successful, period. And so I just want you to know that the number one thing that stops most people from starting businesses, it's not even fear, but it's comfort. It's uncomfortable, what I am saying to you. It's very uncomfortable. It's out of your element. It's asking you to invest in things that don't feel natural, that feel like you're putting yourself at the center, that you're being selfish with your desires and your thoughts, that make you question whether this is really what you want or if you're up for it. I want you to really just look at everything in perspective and realize that we're talking about comfort and comfort zones. The thing about comfort is that the risk is always greater than the perceived reward, because we're not talking about instant gratification. This isn't the same as walking into a restaurant where you order your food, you expect it right away, and you make your payment. When you're starting your business, and I'm telling you about the things that you have to invest of yourself so that you can be successful immediately, like taking care of your time, changing your mental diet, what you consume, all the different points that I've given you for the last 35 minutes, then your returns are not going to show up immediately. They're future-based. And this is very scary for a lot of people who want to see the return before they invest. And they also want to see what exactly they're going to be getting before they start out on this journey. But what you're doing is not payable now. So if you put things into perspective and you see that you are just in a very comfortable place, even if things are not working out for you and you really want to leave your job to start your business, or you really have a really great idea or products and services that you're passionate about, that doesn't mean that you're not comfortable. You've created a situation for yourself in which you have found a way to live and be comfortable. Now, this is where fear of failure, fear of success, fear of not being good enough, fear of worthiness, credibility, this is where all that comes in. But the truth is, again, it's comfort, right? You want to stay where you're comfortable. In your job, you have your job title, you have your credentials, there's reason why you got that job and why you're there. When you go out into business, there's a lot of thought about who am I, or who do I think I am, or how can I make this happen? No one else in my family has. Where do I think I belong? I don't know anyone. How will this happen for me? All this is comfort. Just really coming out of your comfort zone brings out your fears. Now, you'll find that most of your habits and your rituals enable and support your comfort. So the TV shows that you watch, your routine from the moment you get up to the moment that you go to bed, the jobs that you apply for, the people that you meet, your friendships, your communities, the places that you volunteer or show up to, the restaurants you eat in, the mode of transportation that you use, the phone calls that you make and receive, the people that you meet for a coffee or otherwise, all of this enables your comfort. It's all built to sustain you where you are. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of structure here that you would need to fight past and then push against if you want to see some amazing results and starting your business today. I'm going to give you 3 powerful ways to decrease your comfort and increase your action, because I know you're action takers, but I get how debilitating comfort can be. And especially if you work so hard to get to a certain position, the idea of giving that up to start a business may just be so scary. But I want you to start doing this immediately. And again, just really sit in your feelings, allow them, don't fight me. Just take notes and be open. Now, if you're ready to do this, I'm going to tell you this. If you're ready to start your business today, it doesn't matter how afraid you are. It doesn't matter how much doubt you feel. All you need to know is what to do, and then do it. And it's okay to do it as you feel afraid. It's okay to do it as you feel the discomfort. It's very okay. We are not going to ignore those feelings. We're not going to pretend they don't exist. You're going to do it anyway. And as you keep going, you're going to learn how to work while acknowledging how you feel, but not letting them get in the way. And that's the level you want to play at. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stop investing in your current models or situations. So that means stop applying for promotions. Stop accepting promotions at work. You want to decrease the number of hours that you invest in volunteer work, in your TV shows, in those juicy conversations with people, but that do nothing to build your brain or increase your knowledge or help your mindset or your stamina for business building. You want to stop investing in people and in things that keep you comfortable. And the second thing is, you're going to change your company. You're going to change your physical company, and you're going to change your mental diet. Now, remember in the very beginning, I mentioned consuming information every day. So this is how you're going to slowly start to change your friends. Because while you're increasing your knowledge base and your mindset is changing, then you'll find that you'll automatically start attracting people who are more like you and letting go of people and situations that are not headed in the same way or people who are not quite there. Now, these are 3 powerful ways that you can start to really increase the action and handle that discomfort and handle the comfort. Because comfortable is our enemy here. You don't want to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, you are not going to do a thing. You want to set up behavior disruptors. So these are things that I would set up in my path. I am strong-willed. It's a great thing when I want something to be accomplished. But in the instances where I'm fighting against a new behavior or a new mindset shift, oh boy. So I set up disruptors, things that disrupt my regular habits and rituals, and over time, they replace them. So for example, before you get out of bed every morning, make it a habit that you must decide on 3 things that you have to accomplish by the end of the day. Only then will you get up. So this will really force you to be aware of how you want to use your day and what you want to do with it and how you're going to do this. It's going to really force you to step back. And over time, you'll find that you're more purposeful with your days, you're more purposeful with your time. And this goes back to our earlier point of maximizing time. So we've had about 45 minutes of really powerful stuff here. And I'll just tell you real quick, let's look at what we've covered here. What I've shown you is a life-changing process to bust through massive fear and into massive action. And this is how you bust through the comfort. This is how you set up your vision, your plan, where you have everything down in your calendar, as well as how you can immediately start to make impact so that you can see results in less than 3 years. Now I'm going to show you the #1 secret to making impact and attracting high value clients sooner than you expect. So far we know how we can start the business and having the plan, right? But we now need our clients, and we need to reach the highly influential people in our connections, our network. And we've already talked about this, about building the community, getting the mentors, and getting the support. So this is the #1 secret, okay? This is the one thing that you want to really listen to here and stay with me, because this is really powerful stuff. Self-aware plus confident plus action-oriented people are highly appealing. They are really attractive. They're really attractive. And I just want you to think about your life and think about people who you are proud to know. These are the people that you like to show off and say, this is my friend, or we went to school together, or we worked together. You like to show the association with them because they make you look good. So if you have this in mind, I want you to really remember this, that if you want to attract your high impact, highly influential, high value clients, then you want to be a person whom people want to be associated with. You want to be a person that people want to associate with. You want to be the person that people will want in their circle. And the key here is self-awareness, confidence, and action-oriented people. So let's look at that a little bit deeper, okay? So here are some of the qualities of self-awareness. Now, these are things that I want you to look at, think about. If you already have them, great. If there's something you need to work on, even better, because we're all in the school of learning. So self-aware people have inward processes of working through situations. when a problem comes up or a situation comes up, the first thing they do is to look inward to figure it out. They will not call someone else. They will not go on Google. They will not go on Facebook and blast it out. The first thing they'll do is to go in and figure it out in-house. So they work through their processes inward. They don't seek outside validation. They don't seek outside opinions before figuring out what their own is first. Also, self-aware people have a very, very good understanding of what they can and what they can't do, of what is feasible for them and what is not within their capabilities. And this doesn't lead them into pity parties, no. In fact, what they do is they then specialize in what they can do and be really great at it while getting in touch within their community. And again, remember we talked about mentors and support. So they'll reach out into their community and find the people who can do what they can't. Self-aware people listen very deeply to others when they talk. And more importantly, they're not afraid of what they hear, and they're not afraid of how they feel. They allow their feelings, and they allow for others' opinions, whether or not they're in agreement with them. They understand that those opinions and feelings are not their own. And so they are able to just listen and allow for them. This makes them people who others want to be around and want to share with. And one of the more important aspects of self-awareness is that they know how to keep themselves or to bring themselves back to a stable state. They're able to manage their emotions and their thoughts and their actions, regardless of what the outside temperature is. And by that, I mean what's happening in business, what's happening at home. Yes, they're human and they don't hide their emotions, but they know how to manage them. They know how to take care of themselves inside. Confidence is big, and this is what the qualities of confidence include. They're one-minded, so they're not indecisive. And I did touch on this a little while ago, where we spoke about making up your mind and sticking the course. Now, if you don't have self-trust developed in you, one of your biggest problems is going to be being decisive. You will always doubt yourself. You will make a decision and then 2 seconds later backtrack on it and then play a little dance along with, I don't know, what do you think? I don't know, I'm still trying to decide for the next Lord knows how long. So when you're confident, you make up your mind, you are one-minded, you're not double-minded, you are not indecisive. And that's such a great quality to have if you want to be an action taker and if you want to consistently be one. They assume ownership of the situation at all times. They're not afraid to admit that they're wrong. They don't hide from their mistakes, and they own their knowledge. Now, a lot of this could be seen as being cocky or misunderstood as being a know-it-all, but that's not true. Confident people simply own their knowledge. They know what they know, and they know what they've worked hard to know, and they own it. The third element that you want to nail in order to be successful is action-oriented. Now, these are the people who quickly make a decision and immediately move on it. Immediately move on it is one of the most important aspects of this equation. We've all made decisions. Doesn't necessarily mean that we get up and move on it. So this is where the comfort factor comes in. You've got to start making that move on it because your action changes your state. Now, we are governed by states. Now, how we feel, how we are, all of that is a state. And the good news about states is that you can change them at any time. You can wake up in the middle, you can wake up in the morning, or you can wake up at night and maybe you were supposed to do something for your business and you didn't quite feel like it. Remind yourself that it's simply a state and that you can get up and move on it. Action-oriented people focus on the very next step. And this helps them stay away from overwhelm. They make priorities and they make what they decide and they put on their calendars a priority. They also make sacrifices. Remember, we talked about obsession. We talked about sacrificing time to learn to master your craft and to be knowledgeable in the areas that you're not, the parts that are going to move your business, marketing, sales, client satisfaction. They go out and they make things happen. They don't wait for things to happen. Now, all these qualities are very appealing. And the reason they're appealing is because they answer the what's in it for me factor. It looks really good to know people who are self-aware, confident, and action-oriented. They're really attractive. And that's when you see that people are attracted to you because they want to buy what they perceive to be what they would want to feel or how they would want to be. It's a way to touch that, what you have. Now, this explains why we take the pictures with the celebrities and we post them up. This is why you will pay how much you will pay in order to go be in close proximity with someone that you admire. It is because there's that idea that if you're close enough that you can get that essence, that you can, maybe if you converse with a person, you can get that essence, so success draws, and you'll find that people stay away from the problem-filled people. And they'll always look for those who appear to experience freedom and success. You want this around you because at the end of the day, you want people who are high value clients and you want influential connections in your network. But that's not going to happen unless you are a highly influential contact and you are a high value client. So, as a good example, especially in the coaching and speaking world where I have tons of my clients, we have the people who will charge, exorbitant amounts of fees, but they themselves will not put money into investing for themselves. And they'll say, well, I'm waiting for the money to come in. But what they don't realize is they're going to attract those very same clients. You attract exactly what you are. So it's really important to work on your self-trust. And if you work on everything that I've given you up until this point, then you will become a highly valuable contact, a highly influential person, and you will be a high value client. In turn, you will attract exactly what you want. So this is how I built up really, really fast. And I'm sharing it with you right now. My secret, which is the fastest way to build credibility and to attract high value clients from the very beginning. And this is from today, when you start your business today, because that is our agreement. I'll give you 2 tips here. And the first is you want to become attractive. You be self-aware, be confident, be action-oriented. Do all the steps that I've given you up until now, and you've covered those 3. And the second one is be strategic. You want to connect and help people in real, tangible ways. You want to be invaluable to the people that you meet with, that you connect with. You want them to remember you. You want them to refer you. You want them to be there for you. Now, you also want to be careful about the people you're connecting with. Remember that the people who pay you the least will take up the most of your time. Also, we have tons of people who are really needy, who need your services, who need your products, but they have zero expectation of making a payment. Not only that, but they will not move on the information that you give them. Now, that is the side effect of the work that we do. We're going to attract a lot of people who are interested in whining, people who are interested in complaining and staying down in the dumps and the sewers. They're very comfortable and have no intention of moving. And then we have the people who are interested in working, people who are interested in coming out and taking the information, in taking the tools, in taking the strategies, in taking your solutions, absorbing them, taking them all in, rising up, and then doing great things with them. And you're going to attract more of those than you will the ones who use up your time and it doesn't end up really well. But what you want to do is really help people and help them move their lives from being stuck to being unstuck, and give them the reasons, the motivations, the solutions that will get them from point A to point B. And you want to do this with people who are highly influential as well. So one of the things that I do is I go out and I meet the people who are the game changers, the people who are the top of the pack in the industries and the communities in which I want to be involved with. And then what I do is I figure out how I can help them. Now, this does not mean going up to them and selling. No, it means going up to them, seeing what they're into, seeing what they're doing, and then offering to help. So many times this will take the form of being a volunteer. And the second thing is investing in cash. So if you're not able to give hours to something that they are passionate about and which you can have direct contact and build a relationship, then you're going to want to invest in something that they are selling. That's one of the fastest ways to get in with highly influential people. Now you invest in them, they're more than likely to listen to you, pay attention to you, help you out. The highest form of thank you in business is when you receive a payment. So when you give someone a payment, that's the highest form of saying thank you. That's the best way that you can say I value you, is by paying for what you've received. So when you do this for the people that you look up to and you invest in them, then what you're doing is that you are showering them with blessings. And you will find that those connections are quickly made and that you will get that return on investment in the long term through the relationship that you build and the network that they then open up to you. You want high visibility, and that you get through the workshops, $0. Now I told you that, I'm going to show you how you can begin marketing yourself with $0. Starting today, book those dates. Use your home, use your backyard, figure out an inexpensive place that you can go to conduct a workshop. Tons of restaurants, tons of small businesses in your neighborhood and around the way are always willing to open up their doors. They don't use them in the evenings or the weekends. Just go out, be creative, get rid of the comfort zone, go out and look for spaces, and you can begin to conduct your workshops. And this is where you help your target market solve their pressing problems. Now, I have a workshop course, and it helps speak and sell more, and it helps people with identifying the key messages and the marketing material and how they go in. And I'll tell you, it's tons of fun, because you have self-employed people who are trying to make a dent in this very noisy world, or even busting through. Whereas for me, workshops are exactly how I came out and made myself different, and how I quickly established myself and went from no contacts and having no business knowledge to getting high value clients, to being well established, to being internationally recognized, and all within 3 years. So we're looking at workshops. Go out, help your target market. You want to public speak anywhere and everywhere your people are. If you find out where your people are, you want to reach out to organizers, and you want to offer them sessions that you can present, in which you go and you give a ton of value. And this is how you add on to your email list. And this is how you set up appointments to have one-on-one conversations in which you can then sell your products or services. So we've been here together for about an hour, and we've really covered quite a bit, and so what I'd like us to do is just recap what we've learned so far. What I've shown you is how to start your business, your speaking and coaching business, or actually any other business. Like I mentioned, I speak with and I coach real estate, insurance, mortgage brokers, and physiotherapists, just people in different sectors. And what I've done is I've shown you how you can start your business today. So go back, fill out the vision, and make sure that you have those goals and plans and tasks input into your calendar. I've also shown you really quickly how you can start marketing with $0. You want to public speak, we want to do those workshops. I've shown you where you can find your clients easily and without competition. You want to go and really connect with the influential leaders. They're the ones who will open up their market, their networks to you. I've shown you how you can do that by being helpful and invaluable. And you're going to use the appealing, attractive qualities that I already outlined in detail before. I've also shown you how to use the 3 powerful elements, and those are the things that makes you very attractive, the things that make you someone that one wants to be associated with. So before we proceed, this is a really great time for you to just ask me your questions. When you're watching this, I'm not going to be live, but I will be receiving your questions. You can simply send them to coaching@juliakatsivo.com. You can also hit reply. And then what I'm going to do is just quickly check in with you and see that, have you received a ton of value so far? Like, we've spent about an hour and a couple of minutes. And I did promise you that I was going to pack this with value and give you tons of things that you can use immediately starting now, with the promise that if you do so, you're going to see amazing, unprecedented success within 3 years. So do you feel that what I have presented to you has been valuable and is something that if you implement it right away, you have no problem starting your business today? Okay, that's great. Okay, good, good. Okay, so have I earned the right to speak a little bit about my program and how it can be of value to you and bring all the concepts that we've talked about into a structured plan? Can I proceed with that? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I love this. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so let's go on. Now, what I'm going to present is not for everyone. This is just for the people who are ready to start today. And what they've done is they've set aside time to watch this webinar. But in addition to that, they've set aside time to work on the next steps because they're ready to make a change and they want to see results within the next 3 months. They definitely don't want this year to conclude being comfortable and not having moved forward. So again, this is just for the people who are looking for freedom. And this is the freedom that only you can describe, and you'll find that in your personal vision. For a lot of people, it's the ability to work, from home or their own hours, or to spend more time with their children, to watch their children grow, to walk their children down the aisle, to spend time with their grandchildren, to travel the world, to be financially free, to have money in the account that if illness should show up, that they're okay, that they're not, indebted, that they're not tied to 2 shifts each, that they get to spend time with their loved ones, that they get to volunteer more, that they get to spend more time with the charities and more money on charities, that money is just not an issue for them. And more importantly, they have their time back and their health, and that they feel really good and fulfilled with the work that they do. Now, for these people, they are ready to invest in themselves and they expect a return on investment. And you're going to get that. You're going to get that because you're going to apply yourself. All the principles that we talked about before, this is where they come in handy. So what I'll talk to you about is my 7 Weeks to Freedom online coaching program. Now, this is a program that starts all the way from vision, business model, marketing, sales. It's basically designed for the 0 to 3 entrepreneur, the person who's just starting out, to get a structure and a plan. And this is where you're going to get your calendar events to put in. So we go in depth and we really cover what you need. Now, what I love about the people who use my program is that they come from all walks of life. We have people who have young families and full-time jobs. And yet, I love it that they find that they can still take that time and they can take the money to invest in the program and actually do the work, and that it helps them move from point A to point B. I really love that when I see that real world solutions that work in this economic era, that work in this time, it makes me feel good. You're working with proven strategies when you take this course, and I'll tell you a little bit later on how it works. You're working with proven strategies. You're working with a master at her craft, as I sort of hinted at before, if I didn't quite say it out loud. I am so obsessed with my subject matter. It's what I devour for breakfast, lunch, supper, at night. Um, all my time is really devoted to being a master and really good at what I do. And the reason being that I'm so passionate about more immigrants and more first generation immigrants and more people with dreams, fulfilling them and realizing them. If I can save you 20 years working in maybe the wrong industry, or working in a place that is not fulfilling to you, so that you can immediately start your dreams and start to make money, then I've done my job. And so you're working with someone who is proven. These are systems that work for me. They've worked for others. And when you look at the people in my network, they're all doing really well. And this is in relatively short time. This is an investment. So what you're doing is you're paying in and you expect a return on investment. As long as you make that money investment and then you put in that time, and I'll show you again how much time exactly is needed to make this work for you, because I know you're highly, highly interested in starting with me right away. You're going to get your money back. Think about getting 3 times that money back in 5 weeks. That's an incredible return on investment. And these are people who are regular folk just like you. They had a dream, they wanted a plan, and when they first started out, they were afraid, and they also were filled with doubt. I have people who came over to me and they said, "Julia, I've never spent that kind of money before." Or, "Julia, I'm always indecisive because I haven't had a lot of opportunity in my life in which my views were respected and in which I felt valued." And again, it's like I said before, what you want to do is you want to make up your mind and immediately act on it. And it's not to say that you don't have feelings or that you don't have discomfort. It's to say that you do, but you are going to keep moving anyway. And I'll tell you the benefit here, like especially for some of my clients, not even some, I'll say 90% of them, it's not that they get their money back or that they even make more money. It's who they become in the journey of making that money and getting it back and doing what they do. They look back and they see that they're not the same, that they've completely changed, and that it's been an incredible journey in which they thought that they were out there to make money as a business, but instead they found that they were creating a life. Again, remember, it's comfort that keeps us from taking action. It's comfort. Comfort is so powerful that you could be really unwell, and that if you make one wrong move, you're sinking yourself further in, and it doesn't stop you from making that one wrong move. Comfort is so powerful that that if you don't curb your spending, you're going to incur even more debt and put yourself into more problems, but it doesn't stop you from spending. Comfort is so powerful that it can keep you in a job so many years in, as you seek the promotions, as you keep going on. Meanwhile, your quality of life is decreasing and your situation is not getting better. In fact, it's getting worse as you get older and time is running out. That you find yourself in this place where you are so uncomfortable, but you are comfortable in your discomfort. Now you want to take immediate action, and I've already shown you how you can do this so that you can fight this. Because if you're going to look at what you will get today, the truth is what you're getting today is a plan and a structure, but you are not getting today the solution. The solution is worked out. So you're buying the plan, you're buying the structure, and then you must every day, step by step, walk through your feelings and do what you must do to walk out and show up on the other side. Now, here's what helps, is you're going to get an amazing plan that does all the work for you. And all you have to do is just make a decision to follow it. So the 7 Weeks to Freedom online coaching program is a do-it-yourself online program. So you do it yourself, you just log in and you work the modules with a 7-week deadline. Look at your calendar right now and mark 7 weeks and say, this is my quit date, or this is my, now we're not saying launch date because you're launching your business as soon as this webinar is done. you are starting to implement what I told you if you haven't already, and you're getting the course, and your business officially starts today. So you want to look at your calendar and say, in 7 weeks, this is how I will have changed. So you're starting that course, it's 7 weeks, it's a do-it-yourself online, your time. If you're commuting, work on it. You can use it on your mobile device. You can use it on any kind of electronic device that has access to the internet. You are immediately granted exclusive admittance into an unlimited online community, not on Facebook. And this is where you find the support. This is where you find the community that we talked about and the mentors, myself included. Now, what you need to do is dedicate 1 to 3 hours a week, and you're going to see your results. 1 to 3 hours a week. If you dedicate 1 to 3 hours a week, you're getting real world help that's applicable in your business in this economy today. And if you apply immediately the information that you receive, as I spoke about, you will see results. I am giving you here in the 7-week program the exact steps that I took. And this is when I was working for a comfortable government job. I had 0 industry contacts. I had 0 business knowledge. I didn't know anything other than I wanted a different kind of life for myself. I followed these step by step, and within 3 short years, I'd blown up. In addition to all this, I know that it's an online module that you do it yourself, but I pack in free live sessions, and these are held online, and you get the dates well in advance. And this is incredible because I'm giving you more value around the topics that matter: branding, sales, marketing, social media. And so you're getting a ton of value here. So this is what the 7 weeks to freedom online coaching program covers, okay? You're going to cover mindset, vision, branding, marketing, business plan, business structure, business model, opt-ins, marketing calendar, sales, collections. We cover everything. We cover everything, as you can see. We cover everything. No stone is left unturned. So in addition to 7 weeks of this really amazing value, you get the unlimited online community. So this is how you cover the coaching, the mentoring, plus the support aspect. And you just need to dedicate that 1 to 3 hours a week. And this is where you put in into your calendar what you're going to do and then how you're going to apply it, right? And then always make that time to jump in on the live session so that you can get more value and more explanations on any of these parts, because I get it. I know that the business knowledge is not your strong point. I know that this is not something that you know too well. What you know really well is your products, your services. But when it comes to the whole branding, sales, when it comes to the whole business structures, models, calendars, when it comes to revenue goals, targets, all that is just so confusing. What I've done is I take the business foundations and principles and I give them to you in an easy to digest manner. Now, if you get this course today, you will get my free ebook, 10 Smart Ways to Attract Clients Immediately and Get Paid. Now, this is valued at $50, but I'm going to give it to you today for free. And you're going to learn how to quickly attract high-value clients over and again with material you prepare once. And I'm also going to show you where to find your clients easily and without competition. So this is a $50 book where we deep dive into where you will find your clients easily. You will laugh all the way to the bank, and how you will attract your high-value clients from work that you did once. And this work is going to be repeated over and over again and be evergreen and attract leads and attract clients. So 10 smart ways to attract clients immediately and get paid is yours today if you go ahead and you purchase my course. In addition to that, I am going to give you access to video training modules. I'm all about having the right training, the right information. Now, one of the principles that I taught you before was consuming information every day. And so this is the information that's going to replace the stuff that isn't building you up. This is where you're going to really get in and really understand the business part of what you do so that you can be successful. I'm going to show you how to get clients even if you can't sell to save your life. And I'm also going to show you how to reach your ideal client with a zero budget. Now, this is more in depth, and these are hours of value that is valued at $500. But this has been zeroed out for you. It's yours for free. And this is when you purchase the 7 Weeks to Freedom online coaching program today. Now, just to let you know what you're getting here today. So I am giving you the 10 smart ways to attract clients immediately and get paid. That's a $50 book. And it's packed with tons of information and 10 really smart ways that you can use. And those are 10 ways that you can make money immediately. I'm also giving you the video training modules that's valued at $500. Those are hours of training that will really shift the way you think and give you the real world knowledge that you need to be successful in this economy. Now, the coaching program in itself is valued at $2,500. And this is a 7 weeks that covers you all the way from vision to collections, really takes care of you, do it yourself, and helps you get your foundations and fundamentals. All you have to do is follow the path. That's it. Everything has been thought out for you. Everything has been calculated for you. All you have to do is follow the path. You are also getting an online community access that's 24/7. This is where you'll find your mentors, your support system, your coaches. It's really incredible. And you're getting your bonus live online training sessions. And this is where you have additional training sessions on the aspects that are really confusing for you, like how to handle objections, where to find your clients, how to attract your clients, how to use your social media, what social media channels to use for. Anything and everything that has kept you up at night is answered. Now you're getting 2 months of comprehensive business foundation training. And all this, if you add it up, is $3,046, right? So you can see the coaching program is $2,500. We have videos and books, and that's valued at $550. We have online community access, that's a bonus from me, as well as the training sessions. All this is $3,046, and that's been crossed out. The reason it's being crossed out for you today is because if you go online and if you go on courses, if you go to this website here, courses, juliakatsivo.com/pricing, if you use the Leap Now coupon code, and this expires in 1.5 hours, so you've got 1.5 hours to do this, then you're going to make a payment of $2,000. So this takes 20% off of my online coaching program, which is $2,500. But because you are making this purchase today, you are getting the ebook, you are getting the training videos, and you are getting so much more, all valued at $3,000. And you are getting all this for the value of $2,000. So, my training course by itself is $2,500. We're knocking off $500 to bring it to $2,000. And then we're tacking on all these other added benefits and features and still keeping the price at $2,000. I mean, that's really incredible. So if you look at other business courses and other people who are within the same realm, you'll find that you're looking at about $5,000 for what you are receiving from me today. And in addition to that, you are not getting that unlimited online access to a community, and you're not getting that proximity of a coach as you will with me. So what happens when you're using this online program? Yes, it's do it yourself, but it's coaches who are looking at your entries and interacting back with you. We want you to succeed, basically. And that's the idea here. I mean, this has been done for you so that you can quit your 9-to-5, so that you can start making your money. If you've already quit your 9-to-5, it's so that you have that plan, that structure. I mean, 0 to 3 years, this is when, 90% of businesses are doomed to fail. But if you have a plan, you have a structure, you have mentor support, you have a community around you, you increase your chances of success significantly. And this is what I'm offering you here today, is a chance to be successful and to increase your chances of success in like significantly. So use the information I gave you today and then take advantage of the program here and use this to bust through massive fear and into massive action to see the kind of results that you want to see in a relatively short time. So we've been here together for about an hour and a half, and I want to thank you so much for staying here with me. If you have any questions, again, you want to send them through, but I really don't want to take the time away from you to go on and to log in and to sign up for your course and to take advantage of that 20% off. Just keeping in mind what we're getting for the $2,000, I don't want to take that away from you. So what I'll do right now is I'm going to jump off of the webinar and I'm going to allow you to make that decision to leap now and to be decisive, and we'll see you on the other side, okay? Here's to your success. I'm Julia Katsiva. Have an incredible rest of the day or night.